in this edition of RPP News. The battle for Watson Ward begins. Frankston gets greener, and our street artists take home the gold. Hello, I'm Catie Sharp. Welcome to the latest edition of RPP News, bringing you stories from across Frankston and the Mornington Peninsula. Police are appealing for witnesses after a man was critically injured following a crash in Tyre last Saturday the 11th. Emergency services were called to reports a Holden Commodore had crashed into a tree off O'Neill Road at around 3 a.m. The driver and sole occupant of the vehicle, a 26-year-old man, was taken to hospital with critical injuries. The exact circumstances surrounding the crash are yet to be determined and investigations are ongoing. Anyone who witnessed the collision or who has dashcam footage or information is urged to contact Crime Stoppers. 6 candidates have stepped forward to contest the Watson Ward by-election following the resignation of Paul Mercurio, who now represents Hastings in State Parliament. Those who have thrown their hats into the Watson Ward ring include former Shire councillors Kate Roper and Susie Beveridge, small business owner Stefan Borzecki, who ran against Mercurio, as did fellow candidate Ben Lewis, oil and gas engineer Rob Clark, and small business owner Michael Stevens. A postal ballot to fill the vacancy will be held in March. More locally, hearings for Planning Scheme Amendment C219 Morn began at the Shire offices in Mornington this week. The purpose of the hearings is to make a determination about the future of the Mornington Peninsula Shire and how the region will adapt and look in the years ahead. The peninsula's population is expected to jump to 200,000 by 2036, meaning the region will need a minimum of 1,200 new homes a year. For the next week, a panel will take submissions on issues including residential zones and planning controls to ensure housing growth is appropriate. Frankston City is set to install a new pipeline that will deliver high-quality recycled water to green spaces within Frankston. The 2.3-kilometre pipeline is climate resilient and will be able to deliver water to sports grounds, open spaces, and the National Golf Course, even in dry spells. It has the capacity to be expanded to include other local schools and sports grounds in future years. The $4 million project will be funded by the Victorian Government, South East Water, Frankston City Council and the National Golf Club Long Island. Recycled water is expected to become available by spring 2024. Frankston City Mayor Nathan Conroy says the project is part of the Council's long-term plan to improve water security, livability and waterway health for the next 50 years. The recently completed mural in Hastings at Ritchie's IGA has been named one of the best public art experiences in the nation. Painting Our Future by renowned artist Julian Clavijo has won bronze for the 2022 Australian Street Art Awards Best External Mural. The 40-metre mural was commissioned to raise awareness and inspire community action on climate change. At the same awards, Frankston won gold for Best Street Art Tour for the second year in a row. This is the first time any city has won back-to-back gold since the awards began in 2018. New street art will be coming soon to Frankston at this year's Big Picture Fest 2023. And join the Frankston Arts Centre this coming Saturday for a night of laughs with international comedy hypnotist Gerard V. Using volunteers from the audience, Gerard V will lead his hypnotised subjects through a series of hilarious sketches and gags that will leave you in stitches. Now in its 18th year, you never know what will happen next. Tickets are available at the Frankston Arts Centre box office and online. After the break, we have the coming week's weather report.
Hey, they're saying the fire danger rating's extreme. Should we go?
There's no fire around here.
Get out!
I know embers can spread bushfires as far as 40 kilometres. So you should leave early.
Authorised by the Victorian Government.
Everyone knows Australia has 4 big banks, but the 5th biggest retail bank is snapping at their heels. It's a bank that's been around for over 160 years, can be found in over 500 locations nationwide, looks after over 1.8 million customers, and is regularly voted one of the most trusted brands out of all the thousands of brands in Australia. Who is this fantastic number 5? Yep, it's Bendigo Bank. The better big bank.
Established in 1988, Progress Signs has been servicing the local community for 30 years. Located on the Mornington Peninsula, they are the #1 destination for all your signage needs, specialising in a variety of signage from vehicles to shop fronts, occasional and corporate events, short-term, long-term and everything in between. If it's signs you need, be it large or small, Progress Signs is the place to call. Available 24/7 at progress-signs.com.au or call the team on 5975 9188. Thinking signs? Think Progress Signs, a station sponsor.
Here at Bridgestone Select, it's our job to keep you moving with the right advice,
A great range of products
and service you can count on.
So when it comes to tyres,
When it comes to auto care,
come to Bridgestone Select for service that moves you.
Welcome back. Let's now turn to this week's weather. Well, last week gave us a real taste of summer. Let's see if that will continue into this week. Today, Sunday the 19th, brought us a partly cloudy day with a top of 25 degrees and a low of 14. Monday sees much the same with a high of 23 and a low of 14 degrees. Tuesday continues this trend with a high of 21 and a low of 15. Wednesday the 22nd sees things warming up a bit with a top of 26 degrees and a low of 15. Thursday should be a mostly sunny and warm summer day with a top of 29 degrees and a low of 16. Friday sees the warm temperatures continue with a high of 30 degrees and a low of 14. But just a heads up, Friday could remain warm overnight with temperatures predicted to hover around 20 degrees. And finally, Saturday sees a partly overcast day with a high of 25 degrees and a low of 16. We have no surf report this week or for the next few weeks as our surf guru Muzz is enjoying some very different weather on a much-deserved break. And that's all from our team here at RPP News, serving the community with stories that matter to you. Keep watching and do tell your friends. Bringing you the news from coast to coast across Frankston and the Mornington Peninsula, I'm Catie Sharp. See you for the next edition.